You asked for it, so here it is. I am taking on King Cobra, and then we will do the few Daniel Larson updates I have based on where his saga is currently at. He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble, so we'll talk about that. But first, who is King Cobra?
Who's King Cobra?
Oh, man, you want to go down this rabbit hole? King Cobra drunk as fuck, man.
Good evening, you two.
There you go. This is the latest video right here.
We have a mixture of 360 double chocolate vodka.
Ooh.
But what's this? We also have 2 shooters of kinky pink mixed with a chocolate buzzball.
What is it?
He make drink combos, man. He's the illest.
Cobra's,
Look. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Mm. You don't even know that drink combo. Oh, is it good? Cheers to my album selling out. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
So
my
wait,
dog.
he just gets.
King Cobra is a guy who is self-admitted autistic. He lives by himself. He is a self-identified goth.
This is as far as I go with the goth look. Sharpie. And try not to poke your eye with it. Hair dye. So just start working into your hair. Oh yeah, I got it all over my fucking head. You can take time to do your eyebrows too if you want. Do my mustache too. Oh yeah. Not too shabby. That's how you get ready for a fucking rock concert. Yo. Pronouns. Demon, goth, hippie, warlock, vampire. Take a look at a sexy young goth stud like myself. My hair's long enough to do that. Yeah, buddy. Wait. Ew. Yeah.
Somebody dyed their hair black.
The hair is looking good, man.
He makes wands, I guess custom wands that he sells to people online, and he streams constantly. What do I mean by constantly? He streams sometimes for hours at a time, and he's been known, I believe, to stream for even days at a time, where he will sleep on live. And let's talk about it. I see King Cobra as more of an NPC kind of character online, where he's not creating a character, he's letting you create it for him. The goth thing seems to be his, and that's genuinely who he likes to represent himself as. But the difference between people like Daniel Larson and King Cobra is Daniel Larson is in a state of complete delusion, where King Cobra is not. He knows what's going on. He knows that people are trolling him. He makes kind of sarcastic jokes back at people when they send him things like sandwiches from Subway, which this is the part of him that I don't really understand, because he says, I'm not going to release my address online because that would be stupid. He says that would be a dumb thing to do, but then somehow people still find ways to send him things, so he must have released it somewhere. But what they do is they'll order him a sandwich from Subway, and it has all the sauces on it. It has no meat or anything like that. Or they'll get him like a 12-pack of tacos from Taco Bell, and it just has all vegetables on it.
These tacos are just loaded with like a shit ton of vegetables and no meat. Ha ha ha! We got Cobra eat his vegetables. Ha 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 ha!
This is literally Italian bread, oil, red wine, vinaigrette, regular mayonnaise, yellow mustard, honey mustard, creamy sriracha, buffalo sauce, sweet onion teriyaki sauce, peppercorn ranch, Baja chipotle, Parmesan vinaigrette, black pepper, salt, and Parmesan cheese. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a slop sandwich. That's weird tasting, dude. Ooh. But not bad. Oh, it's dripping all over the place. Stop. The only reason I'm eating this sandwich is because there are people who are starving in third world countries that would love to eat. That would, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to waste food. My chair smells fine. I don't know what y'all are getting on about.
It has no substance of any kind. And then it kind of went from these weird eating challenges and it became alcohol challenges. I don't know if this was encouraged by the fans or something that he just started doing, and then they kind of caveated the nasty meals into disgusting alcoholic drinks. But what he then moved to doing is he would take the cheapest booze possible, mix them all into a thing, and chug them. And then he starts doing like whippets off screen and stuff like this. King Cobra is a different thing to me entirely because, one, when asked about women, he's very clear. He wants them to be of age. He has a standard that is not unrealistic. He says, like, if a girl is a 6 on her best day, then that's good enough for him.
Cobra, what's your ideal woman? Well, first of all, of age, alive, cisgendered, consenting, non-related, and at least a 4 or above on the good looks scale. Like if she's a 6 on her best day, you know, kind of thing. Preferably someone who is 21 and up. That's as low as I go, is 21. You could realistically date an 18-year-old because it's legal, but it's not as fun because you can't take them out for a drink. All right.
I don't really know what he's doing because you would be casting a number scale on a woman's level of attractiveness based off how you value her. So that's kind of a messed up thing to do. So you're seeing social norms aren't really picked up by him. He says a lot of things, though, that are pretty understandable. You know, he's like, I'm not that much of a looker. Like, it would take a lot to pull this look off, and most of you couldn't do it, you know? And it's he has this odd sense of confidence where he seems to be very aware of his own situation. The place where I think he starts to lose that is when you see real life responsibilities. There was a video where I believe it's his father is calling him to tell him he's going to be evicted.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Doc?
What? Why? I don't want to be like, I can quit smoking indoors. Oh my fucking god, dude! Where the fuck am I supposed to go, dude?
I don't know. You know, I just all the rules. And they told you that no one's allowed to.
So this is the thanks I get for giving them an ashtray out of my own fucking pocket.
Oh my god, guys! An ashtray?
I bought an ashtray for fucking outside. This is the fucking thanks I get? Real fucking nice.
You bought them a $25 ashtray?
That was 40.
You told me what the damage is.
There's no way I caused $6,000 worth of damage to this apartment. That is bullshit. Fucking god, dude. I didn't do it intentionally. Shit. I'm getting evicted for using spray paint on my wands? Seriously? Okay, I'm listening. I'm not turning this on anyone. I'm just asking questions, man. That's okay. You know what? I'm sorry too, Dad. No, I don't, Dad. Okay? No, I don't need counseling. I just need to make smarter decisions. Alright, Dad. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, Dad. I'll keep an eye out. I appreciate you breaking the news to me as gently as possible. You know, it is what it is. I guess spray painting the wands indoors was a no-no amongst other things. God damn it. You know, I just add some green to it. The front of it's got black and green.
Because he keeps smoking in his apartment. He was told he's not allowed to do that. He was told he's not allowed to do quite a few other things. And he completely destroyed his apartment by like spray painting his wands that he makes indoors. And his landlord's like, dude, the whole building smells like fumes now. And we've told you can't do shit like this. And he so doesn't understand he throws this like childlike tantrum to his dad that's like, I don't get it. I'm just out here trying to live my life. What the hell am I supposed to do? And then his dad's like, look, man, like you knew you couldn't do that. You knew it and you still chose to do it. So like, I don't know what to tell you. You're an adult. You make choices on your own. And he goes, yeah, you're right. I just wish I wasn't always fucking things up. And like he comes to this weird sense of realization where, yes, you were in the wrong. You're now going to be evicted. Nothing you can do about that now. So when he gets off the phone, his next course of action is to go right back to spray painting wands. He's like, well, fuck it. So you're seeing this like impulse control issue. He's way too old to dress the way he does and act the way he does. But what I mean by he's more of an NPC type character where, again, he's not going out like Daniel Larson is and saying that he's with these celebrities and that he's creating this facade that he's living a life that he's not. He's not doing that. He's going, this is my shitty apartment. This, everyone makes fun of him, says, I bet that place smells like shit and whatever. And there was actually a crew of kids that went to this guy's house and hung out with him. And they were like, no, it's really not that dirty. Like, yeah, he smokes in there. So it's covered in like a layer of dust and ash and stuff, but like it doesn't smell bad. He's not unhygienic himself. He didn't smell bad. He's just kind of messy, but not in a hoarder type way. He's just kind of messy, as in most people are messy. I don't think most people have layers of dirt stacking up on their dresser, but you get what I'm saying. I don't think things like daily cleanliness and whatever are that important to things like King Cobra. I just don't.
We'll see if anyone donated anything to my PayPal. I want to log into that. And if you donated, you'll get a shout out. Okay, let's see what we got. Negative $23.97. How the fuck am I negative $23.97 in my PayPal? God damn it. Well, time for Cobra to make some money.
King Cobra doesn't seem to live in this state of delusion, which doesn't make him a danger to anyone else. He's not. The one video he has where he is out in public, he's wearing like this hardcore helmet while he's riding a regular bicycle. He's not riding a motorcycle. And he's saying something about like some girls were staring at him and they liked his look. And he's like, yeah, you're feeling this. Well, then he spills. He eats shit on the bike. And he's like, oh God.
When a car full of hot chicks honks their horn at you and waves. Yeah, buddy. Ladies, what's up? That's always a Dave Reitner. Like it's... Fuck. That cute girl was like, bitchin'. Hell yeah. Yeah, this bike gets me a lot of attention. Yeah. Well, I'm not too happy right now, YouTube. God damn it! Sorry about that, YouTube. Apparently, my neighbors were complaining about me. Lo and behold, my landlord stopped to talk to me and she goes, well, I'm getting complaints about the smell coming from your apartment. I'm just like, whatever,
And that's one of the only times you actually see him out in public, and he kind of gets into feeling himself for a second, and then life immediately humbles him, and you can just kind of tell that's this dude's life. Like, yes, he has autism, and it seems like he struggles socially because of that, but outside of that, like, the dude is legitimately just living his life and doing whatever he wants. Now, let's take the smiles and the ha-ha funnies away from it. The man's killing himself slowly. He's doing these whippets, which, guys, don't ever do that. He's drinking these concoctions of, and this is big on social media right now, and let me just put this out there for everybody that's seemingly doing this kind of shit. Back in the day, we had a drink called Four Locos. It was caffeine and alcohol, and they were very strong, right? There's a reason they stopped making those. Why? People were having fucking heart attacks because of it, because you're not supposed to make alcohol with energy drinks. That's why a lot of places don't like Red Bull and vodka and shit like that. It's very dangerous to do stuff like that. You're mixing chemicals that need not be mixed. Downers and uppers. It's kind of the rule of substances. You don't do stuff like that, right? So what King Cobra will do is people will send him like a booze ball, which is a very cheap but very highly percented alcohol, and then a Monster, and he'll mix them together and chug it. And then he gets all fucked up, and someone will send him 2 other things, which is like a little shooter, 3 other little shooters, and like a 40, and he'll do the shooters and drink the 40 on screen, and he's sitting there all fucked up, and the live stream keeps going, and people are commenting, come on, man, you got it, here's another one, ding, and they send him another one. And it's like, okay, now we are running into similar situations as Daniel Larson, where he's not going out of his way to engage with the general public outside of streaming himself live for the public to see. But if people saw it for what it was and go, oh, that's sad, and just click off, then he has no audience and he probably doesn't do this for very long. But the thing is, somehow, the internet, TikTok is where I first saw him, is I just randomly saw his videos and they were always titled like, boy finds his type. And then it's just King Cobra talking about his type in women. But it's always like, boy does this, boy does that. So I'm not real sure where that comes from. I'm sure he has a whole subreddit of his own. It seems to be where this whole kind of culture of messing with mentally disabled people comes from. And I just want to put a pin in the fact that I am noticing this uptick in people with higher on the spectrum levels of autism and severe drinking issues, and them having kind of grandiose ideas about themselves and what they could possibly become on social media. And I don't know if it's because like Love on the Spectrum was a big thing and it kind of gave them a voice and was like, hey, maybe we can be on TV, and people like Sheldon Cooper, who were portrayed with Asperger's disease and stuff, kind of do make people feel more comfortable to come forward. And this is where I always feel back and forth when I see family members who are like filming their autistic, sons or daughters or whatever, and they're trying to show what a daily life is like for them. Unfortunately, what happens is people don't take it as education. People take it and they're people. They roast them, or they'll be like, what the fuck? That's weird. Why would you let them do that? And it's like, listen, man, this person has a challenge. Like, they have a mental disability. So what I'm showing you is the challenge. Yes, it's weird, it's odd, it's off normal. That's why I'm showing it to you. So when you have somebody who is suffering from that, and they're putting themselves out there, and you're just seeing the challenges that they face, well, we as a society, and I said this about Daniel Larson, are responsible for what happens to them if you're the one that's actively encouraging the destructive type behavior, right? And I see it all too often where people want to hype people up because they have a mental disability. Oh, man, yeah, live life to the fullest. Just do you, dog. It's all whatever. It's like, nah, man. Let me ask you a question. If you had a homie and they were your friend, right? And they came to you and they were like, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Well, you're a shit friend if you're like, yeah, man, that's a good road for you. Keep letting people send you random meals that you eat and you have no idea what's inside of them, and mixing these booze drinks up and not working on yourself at all, and, not watching what you eat, not taking care of your body, not finding ways to get over some of these challenges so maybe you could get a job. Like, that would be a friend. So then, say you have a homie that has a mental disability. Are you doing that guy any favors by letting him indulge in this bullshit that he's doing? No. I don't care how many views you get. I'm not going to sit here and watch you kill yourself on camera. The question that I pose with King Cobra is why. Daniel Larson, it was more clear, right? He has a messed up relationship with his mother. He then goes and lives with his grandmother after being put into a system. Women mean a lot to him. The trauma from losing women in his life and the fear of abandonment are all over the Daniel Larson case. I don't know King Cobra's life. He wasn't, to my knowledge, on the news randomly when he was 10 years old. He just showed up, and I believe he's like in his 30s, who's just a man who is, I would say, moderately to high level functioning autistic. and he's left to his own devices, and he's found this niche on YouTube. I really don't even know, because when I looked him up on YouTube, I can't find like his channel, so I don't really know where he streams and where he does all this stuff. I just see the clips that get pulled from TikTok. And again, I don't know why I keep getting showed these people that are doing these type of things, but maybe it's just because I have that level of being able to see both sides of things. As someone who struggles with mental health challenges myself, I can see why people do things. And I'm like, oh, well, they're not acting in what is normal, but they're acting in what works for them. Doesn't have to work for you. It doesn't make any sense to sit around, right? For most normal people, we would not want to sit around in a dirty apartment, smoking cigarettes, drinking concoctions that people send us, eating nasty shit all day long, and streaming it and being told that you're ugly and you're dumb and you don't even have a grasp on reality. Like, people are so mean to this guy. And again, he doesn't really give him a reason not to be. He leans into it, and he's mean back, and he's an asshole to people, and he yells at him, and he's confrontational. It's like, I don't know. What do you do other than you just don't engage with it? You don't watch it. Like, the most I've ever watched him was when I was preparing for this episode. I went through and watched all the big ones, all the big events that he's done, and then some of the smaller events that have taken place. And I watched a few of the longer streams that he had. But again, you get it after a little bit. So just don't be one of those human beings that sits in his chat. And like, again, that's pathetic of you to sit there and want to watch that. Just don't engage in it. When it comes to Daniel Larson, and we'll end this episode, Daniel has apparently started college. He released a video letting us all know what he had already learned in college.
Yesterday in college, I studied how emotions play a role in the entertainment industry when creating movies or making music.
And then seemed like things were getting a little bit better. And then complete destruction over the past week, where he was allegedly assaulted at a mall. And by assaulted, a man was following him, threw perfume or cologne on him, and then later threw a bottle of piss on him, per Daniel. Okay, so let me start by saying this. There are some rumblings online, don't know how true these are, that Daniel Larson has started using his body to make money, we'll say, and has possibly been meeting people in public places to try to perform acts to get money. I don't know, again, whether that's true or not. There have just been some rumblings around the internet that different police departments and owners of businesses and stuff are kind of privy to what he's actually doing. Again, I'm not saying that. That's an alleged thing. So if Daniel was maybe at the mall soliciting his services to people and he just fucked around and found the wrong one, or again, he's homeless. The homeless community is a community. So if he thought he could go to another homeless dude and say some off stuff because that's where they hang out during the day or whatever, and this community would know that, and he went and he crossed a line with somebody, and then he's now dealing with that, because again, I don't see any reason why someone would just come up and randomly assault him or throw perfume on him or whatever. He's not the type of person that you'd want to approach. Let's just say that. So then he gets trespassed from the mall, almost lands himself in jail because of that, because through all these trespassings, Daniel still does not understand that you saying your reason for being there, they're not going to accept that. When they tell you it's time to go, you just need to get up and walk off, or you are going to go to jail. That cop was way too patient with Daniel. I'll say that. He should have taken his ass to jail. The second time he told him, get the fuck up and get out of here. Daniel was like, well, I was just sitting here waiting. I don't care what you were doing. I'm telling you now, get up and go. That's where you start to think that, Some of this is completely inevitable in the way it's going to end. Do anyone who's watching this video see Daniel Larson getting an apartment by April? I don't. You see him getting a job? I don't. You see him being able to go to therapy or actually doing that? Outside of the one time he went to a therapist appointment and recorded the thing and then got fired by the therapist for recording a therapy appointment. And he ended up just doing that to tell like Bob he did it so he could get some money. Guys, this whole situation is going so far off the rails now because here's the odd thing, and this is take Daniel out of it. This is the system a lot of people do get put in, especially dishoused people. They have probation where they have to stay in a certain area. They're not allowed to leave. So like Daniel can't leave Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, wherever he's at. Can't leave a certain mileage from there. But they're homeless. So what do? They hop from business to business to business to business, and then they get trespassed from business to business to business to business. Not allowed to be there anymore. So you're not even allowed within a certain amount of feet of this area, okay? So I have to be all the way over here. Well, I can't be over here because that violates my probation. Because I've gotten trespassed from every local business in the city that I have to stay in. So where am I going to go? I can't go to any hotels. I can't go to any restaurants. I'm not allowed to run any gas stations. So what the fuck do you want me to do? Now, again, this is all because of your own actions. You didn't have to go around and be an asshole. You could be a nice dishoused person and people in the community would probably take care of you. But he's not doing that. So what's going to happen is, and I've seen it just from my own personal situations, he's making himself a target, and when they have an easy target, they're going to shoot at it. Not literally, but they're going to get him one day. He's going to do one thing, and that one cop is going to be like, hey, I'm done with this shit. Bango. And then the judge that he's talking to is going to be like, dude, I'm so done. I don't even know what you're doing. In jail. Done. What do you guys think happens to Daniel Larson in jail? He's already admitted that he's bisexual. He's a known child predator. You think he survives more than a week in jail? Probably not. Probably not without someone kicking the ever-loving shit out of him. And doing what? More damage? Just in time to release him back out onto the streets? That'd be real great. I appreciate the encouragement and the support that I've been getting on these videos and the people that seem to be seeing the actual reality of this and not just continuing to troll the situation, but actually are trying to help. The only thing I can tell you guys to do is the same thing I've been telling you to do, which currently all his stuff is still private. So if you see anything, if you see people engaging in it, use your voice and tell them what you're doing is wrong. What I typically tell them is you're a clown for even doing this. You're a loser. Go get a fucking life and stop trying to ruin people's lives. Right? If you guys want some more context or you have more details on the King Cobra situation, let me know. I would love to talk about that one a little bit more. And outside of that, I've got the next World of T-shirts will be the next topic probably next week. I'll see you then.